The media has purposely and somehow, for whatever reason, created Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid have not been affected by any action we're taking in any way, shape, or form. We are merely looking at parts of the big bureaucracy where there has been tremendous waste and fraud and abuse. In that process, we identified and stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas. 50 million. And you know what's happened to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. How to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. They've used them as a method of making bombs. They've used them as a method of making bombs. They've used them as a method of making bombs. They've used them as a method of making bombs. They've used them as a method of making bombs. They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that? We stopped an attempt to.
When any of our government servants do anything that is not expressly granted for them to do, at that point they are doing it on their own and against our constitutions, and that makes them liable for that conduct, which includes but is not limited to owing the people money for all harms done to them. The constitutions are contracts, namely express trust indentures. That is why they are trustees, because it is a trust, and that is a contract, which they are duty bound to comply or else face the penalties, which they already agreed to. That is why there is no fooling around with this contract. With any of the contracts of the 50 states or the one federal. With our constitutions, they are very serious instruments. Bad government servants were counting on the fact that the people were not properly educated in schools to know the rest of their authority and powers over all governments and how to use that authority. People are like, they believe that the only thing really was that they could vote, maybe gather 1 million of signatures, try to create a petition. That's no, not that. That's not all our powers. Okay, the people have all political power. You have to believe your eyes, so look at the foundational instruments and know the truth. Remember, as one of the people, you have equal rights and equal protection under the laws, and you have enumerated as well as not enumerated rights that are to be protected by all government servants and can never be trespassed by any government servants for any reason whatsoever without due process of law, and not to be put through the incorrect due process. Let's take a look at this Constitution, and if it's in the Bill of Rights or the Declaration of Rights of any of the 50 states or the one federal, those rights are yours. Let's read. When any of our government servants do anything, they better stick to the contract. Here, Vermont State Constitution, Chapter 1, text of Article 6. Officers, servants of the people. And I quote, that all political power being originally inherent in and consequently derived from the people, therefore, all officers of government, whether legislative or executive, are their trustees and servants, and at all times, in a legal way, accountable to them. Do you see? They are our trustees because they are all trust. They are express trust indentures, and they willingly, voluntarily wanted to become our servants, and now they are duty bound to serve us, and because we are the beneficiaries, and they cannot have more than us as masters. They cannot have other nations, people from other nations as their masters, or private entities, private groups as their masters. They must only serve us, the people. God bless us, God protect us.